As everyone in the Nova Nation knows, it was a sad day this year when Coach Jack Kraft passed away. And our team and our university is honoring him with JK on our jerseys. Coach Kraft was a great man. He was really one of the fine people to ever walk on the campus at Villanova University. He led basketball teams to NIT Final Fours and championships and top rankings in the country. He was really known for taking his team to the 71 national championship game against UCLA. But his players, the greats like Chris Ford and Tom Inglesby, Wally Jones, Hubie White, all of those guys, Tommy Melchione, still around and still a part of Villanova because of him. All of us at Villanova were touched and always will be touched by Coach Jack Kraft.
Jack Kraft faced off against legends and coached some of the greatest players in Villanova history by knowing how to let people find their own strength.
He recognized our abilities, and he realized that he could make a great team out of us, allowing us to do the things that we thought that would make us successful.
He allowed creativity. The creativity of Jack Kraft and him allowing us to express ourselves in basketball. Basketball doesn't give you character. It gives you a chance to show how much character you have.
And that was never more apparent than with the Final Four team of 1971, heading into the Houston Astrodome on a collision course with a dynasty.
Offensively, if we got the break, let's take it. If we don't have it, set up our offense and let's work hard. Gang, let's just work hard for 40 minutes. Come right now.
What came first was a double overtime win over Western Kentucky in the semifinals, which Kraft coached right to the end.
All right, look, now you got 22 seconds. Listen to me. We got 22 seconds to play. We got a 3-point lead. But you guys are looking all over now. Let's play this smart for the last 22 seconds. Right? You got one timeout. You got a 3-point lead. All right? Now let's play some good tough defense now. Don't give them anything. And go after that rebound and hold on to it.
He was never really way up and he was never way down, and he just rolled with the punches, and he was pretty steady. And when your coach is pretty steady and confident, I think the players do the same thing. So he didn't make a big deal out of it, and so we didn't think it was that big of a deal, even though it was much larger, looking back, than we thought it was.
According to statistics, we are a better shooting club than UCLA. But the secret of the whole thing is whether or not we are going to get the shots that are necessary to keep that shooting percentage as high as it has been.
The next day, it was the shooting percentage of Steve Patterson the Wildcats struggled to contain in the first half of the national championship game.
We're not running from wing in. When we're sucked out, Patterson's going to the corner, and we're not getting back getting Patterson. We're standing around letting him shoot, so we'll work that. All right, 1-1-3, we're going to set up. We've got to set our offense up, fellas. That's where it is. Our offense isn't quite working right because we're forgetting ourselves. Let's go. The
Iron Men Wildcats rallied behind Hank Sementowski and Howard Porter, cutting the UCLA lead to 3 twice in the final minutes. In the end, the Bruins were too much, earning a 6-point win, the closest championship game in their run of 7 straight NCAA titles. But those Wildcats and their head coach stepped into a permanent place in Villanova history, a place of honor that Jack Kraft cherished in his golden years.
I remember last time he was at Villanova, Hubie White sat with them, and Hubie was as kind and as gentle and respectful as anybody could be.
He encouraged us. He never, if you look at any of the newspaper articles, it's always an encouragement, even when we lost. He was supportive. He was a strong leader. He was someone that we needed.
No problem. I understand. Very good. Congratulations.
He was the ultimate gentleman. He was just, he was a really nice guy. He wasn't an in-your-face type person, but you knew the boundaries, you knew the rules, and you watched him. You watch role models, and so you'd always watch his behavior, and I think that rubs off on the players, and he was just a gentleman, terrific human being, just a great human being.
How amazing is that to see Jack Kraft in the Final Four in 1971 talking to his team? It sends chills down my spine. And all of us at Villanova will never forget Coach Kraft. He will always be a part of this great tradition, and we thank him and his family for putting us all in the position we are today. That's going to do it for another edition of Inside Villanova Basketball. Until next time, I'm Jay Wright. Go Cats.
Inside